It starts quietly, a subtle shift you'll never forget. You're 12 years old, maybe 15, sitting alone in a room that feels too big. You're trying to make sense of a world that doesn't make sense, a broken family, a silent parent, a secret you're not allowed to talk about. And in that quiet space, a pact is forged. A vow is whispered to yourself. I'll never be like them. This isn't just a promise. It's the birth of a persona. You start to read. You start to seek. You fall in love with history, with philosophy, with the ancient knowledge that promises answers to the questions no one around you can or will ask. You become the historian, the philosopher, the one who knows things. But this isn't just a passion. This is escapism. And today, we're going to talk about the hidden cost of becoming the smart one, the wise one, or the old soul before you were ready. Because for many of us, the pursuit of wisdom wasn't about finding the truth. It was about escaping a reality that felt too painful to bear. The psychology of the old soul. What's really happening when a child becomes obsessed with things far beyond their years? Psychologists call this a form of intellectual bypass or spiritual bypassing. It's when we use knowledge, spirituality, or intellectual pursuits to avoid dealing with our emotional reality. For a child in a dysfunctional environment, the world feels chaotic and unpredictable. They can't control the yelling, the silence, or the instability, but they can control their minds. They can retreat into books, into history, into philosophy. In these realms, there are rules. There is logic. There is a sense of order. The more you know, the safer you feel. This creates a false sense of mastery. You feel like you've conquered the chaos by understanding it, but all you've really done is build a fortress around your heart. You learn to speak in quotes from Marcus Aurelius rather than admitting you're scared. You become a walking encyclopedia of historical events because it's easier than confronting the history of your own family, and the world praises you for it. You're so mature, they say. You're an old soul. They don't see the little boy or girl hiding behind a bookshelf, terrified of the world. They see a prodigy, a deep thinker, someone who has it all figured out. But the truth is, you're not wise. You're just a child who learned to hide in plain sight. The invisible cost of premature wisdom. The effects of this don't vanish with age. They follow you. You struggle with intimacy. Emotional vulnerability feels dangerous. You're so used to being the wise one, the rock, the therapist, that you don't know how to just be. You'd rather have a deep conversation about stoicism than admit you're feeling lonely. You become disconnected from your body and your feelings. You live in your head, in the world of ideas. You can talk endlessly about the meaning of life, but you might struggle to sit still for 5 minutes, or even recognize when you're hungry or tired. Your body holds the pain your mind ran from. You become addicted to understanding. You chase knowledge the way an addict chases a high. You're always looking for the next book, the next theory, the next piece of ancient wisdom, hoping that if you just understand enough, the pain will finally disappear. You might feel like you're an explorer of a lost world, but the reality is you're lost within your own world. You're high-functioning, successful, and surrounded by people who admire you. But deep down, you feel like a fraud. Because when you were a child, you abandoned yourself for knowledge. And the inner child you left behind is still pulling the strings, desperate to be seen. Not for what they know, but for who they are. The path from knowledge to wisdom. So, how do you reclaim the part of yourself you left behind? The first step isn't to learn more. It's to unlearn. It's the moment you realize that all the knowledge in the world can't fill the void, that only self-acceptance can. Acknowledge the escape. Understand that your love for philosophy, history, or investing didn't just come out of nowhere. It was a survival mechanism. This doesn't devalue your passion. It gives it a deeper meaning. Feel the feeling. Take time to sit with the emotions you've been running from. When you feel lonely, don't pick up a book about loneliness. Just feel it. When you feel anger, don't rationalize it. Let it exist. Honor your inner child. Ask yourself, what did I need back then that I never got? Maybe you needed to play, to feel safe, to be told it was okay to be a kid. Start giving those things to yourself now. This is the true secret of ancient wisdom. It's not about memorizing quotes or knowing dates. It's about knowing yourself. It's about going back to the beginning, to the child you left behind, and finally saying, I'm here now. I'm not leaving. The path to true wisdom isn't about running away from your reality. It's about turning toward it and becoming a whole person. Because the greatest knowledge isn't found in a book or a scroll. It's found in the quiet, abandoned parts of yourself. If this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments below. We'll be sharing more on this topic in the future. Don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear this, and subscribe to The Why Machine for more hidden wisdom.